my name is Munya. I'm an accountant and a business coach. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about budgeting. I think budgeting is one subject that people don't want to hear about, and there are reasons. But I, as an accountant, I find it so nice and such an exciting subject to talk about budgeting, because everything that we do revolves around money. Whether you want to hear about it or you don't want to hear about it, it still comes back. Whether you avoid budgeting or you love it, it still comes back. You need to just love it, actually. That's the thing. So I'm going to talk about this budgeting. What exactly is budgeting? Budgeting is a process of creating a plan to spend money. That is what it is. You are creating a plan. You are not going to spend money, then you are going to budget. You are going to start by laying out your budget, then you are going to spend. So what does it mean? You are going to balance. You are simply balancing your income, which is the amount of money that you received. It doesn't matter what is the source of income. It can be from your employment, it can be from your business, it can be what others call my side hustle or my small business, all those things. Whether it's your pension fund or it's your bonus, whatever is the income, you are going to add everything, and you are going to look at your expenses. You put together all your expenses, and then you have a balance. When you are balancing those things, what we want is, when you are doing your budget, you need to make sure there's an equilibrium. Actually, we need you to have less expenses and more income, so that you are left with some money for saving. But when you are doing your budget and now your expenses are much more than your income, it means there's an imbalance, and things need to be looked into. Where can you cut? What can you do? Do you need to get more money? If possible, and how? Or are you going to cut certain expenses so that you are going to balance these figures and still include your savings? So if they don't balance, you're spending more than you earn, which means you are going to be in debt. If you're not careful, you're going to be in debt and continuous debt. So when you are doing this plan, it helps you to see, is there a balance or is there an imbalance? What is going on? Are my expenses now outweighing my income? And what do I need to do? Then you need to come up with a plan to try to balance them. So the spending plan that you are coming up with, that is what we call a budget. So it's a spending plan. How are you going to spend this money that you have received? You need to understand. So you are coming up with a budget. So according to John Maxwell, he says, people, when they're doing a budget, it's when people are telling their money where to go instead of wondering where it went. So a lot of people, what they do is, they just tell you, I don't know what happened to my money, but I don't have money anymore. How is that? How can that happen? You spend the money, but the problem was you did not even put a plan down. You did not write anything. You were just spending the money blindly. And the next moment you see your bank account with nothing. You need to know, if I'm going to work, how much do I need for my transport? You know, okay, I'm going to need 1,000. If you are going to buy anything, you need to allocate the values. Because one thing you should know, things are so unlimited in the shops. There's so many things, there's so many items, food items, clothing items, but you need to know how much you should spend. You yourself, for your situation, not someone else. That is the reason why a lot of people wonder where the money went, because there was no plan, there was nothing written down. The person didn't even know how much he had received. All the money was just coming and they were just going out. So what I always see is that money is so limited. It will never be enough for our needs, for our wants. But we need to fit it on our lifestyle. That is the reason why you need to do a budget. And the budget is not easy, but it is doable. Hence, I always quote that it is doable, it is possible, it is achievable. Whatever you put your mind to, you are able to achieve. So even the budget, it's not easy, but as you go on and continue doing it, you get used to the process and you get used to it, and it becomes easier and easier and easier, and becomes part of your lifestyle. That every time you receive money, you sit down. You have what I call a conversation with money. You're going to say, you are going here, you are going here, you are going here, and this is what is left for my saving. This is what I'm going to put on the saving. This is what I'm going to do. So, whatever you do in life, you need to know there's nothing easy. There is nothing easy which has gain. So when you budget, you are going to gain a lot when you start budgeting and understanding it. So it's not easy. No pain, no gain. But we say, no one starts their life running. We crawl, we stand, walk, then run. So focus on starting until it becomes part of the life. You need to take ownership of the money to manage it. So it's either you choose to do something now or nothing changes. Or you need you are going to choose to do nothing and you remain the same. But if you decide to change and try and start doing it, it means you're going to be better and life will change. So you need to start now and change your life for the better. Just like someone on a strict diet. Imagine, it's not easy to be on a diet. The doctor just tells you, you know what, if you don't change your diet within 6 months, this is what is going to happen. You're going to stroke, or you're going to die, or you're going to have these complications. Immediately you are told that, you will try by all means to stick to that. It does not necessarily mean it's something easy, but you know the consequences of not doing it. So you're going to be so strict on yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to be on this diet and it has to work. It's the same with budgeting. Now that you know that you need to have this budget, you need to really sit down and have a conversation with money. You need to take it seriously and say, I start having conversations with my money today so that tomorrow I will rejoice and say I have achieved because I've started allocating my money. I can tell you, even if you are in debt, you are so indebted. The moment you start sitting down and put your money, allocate it, you'll see that it will help you even to cover your debts quicker. It will help you to be able to service those debts because you are going to see exactly what's going on, and you'll be able to say, because I have so much debt, this I'm going to drop. This subscription I'm going to drop. This food I'm going to drop. I'm just going to buy basics. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy new clothes. I'm not going to buy new items. I'm not going to buy new furniture because I have this goal and I need to clear the debt and I need to start saving. So budgeting is very important. It's something that everyone needs to understand and say, I'm going to budget because I want my life to be better. I'm going to have a budget so that I start saving. So there are quite a few advantages, not a few, a lot of advantages actually, of you doing a budget. What are some of these advantages? Obviously, it helps you to save money. And when you are saving money, what does it mean? You achieve your goals. You achieve your financial goals. Those financial goals that we've talked about before in my earlier videos, different financial goals. If you are going to budget, definitely you are going to save because you can see exactly what's going on with the money. You are going to be able to plan for emergencies. You cannot plan for anything. You cannot have money for emergencies if you are not doing budgets. Definitely an emergency is something that happens to everyone at some point in life because an emergency you can't plan for it. You can't plan a figure for emergencies, but you can save towards emergencies if they occur. So when you have a budget, you start planning for that, you save for that. To say, okay, in case of emergency, I have some saving. This is what I have that can help with that. Because if it happens, that emergency happens, and you don't have any saving, what happens is you are going to borrow from friends, from a lot of people. Because sometimes you can't get that money from one person. You're going to buy from 5 friends. Imagine how is that? That is a difficult thing. So when you do budgeting, you will start having some savings for emergencies. And another advantage, it helps you to pay off debt. When you are if lot of debt or you have debt that you are failing to manage, if you start doing a budget, you'll be so clear. You will know exactly this is the amount I'm owing this shop, this shop, this shop. You put it as part of your budget. Then when the budget is not enough, when the money is not balancing, you see where to cut so that you can still manage to pay those debts. And you cut somewhere. So you are able to at least see how you can manage the money and pay the debt, unlike when you just do things blindly. You can also be able to make informed borrowing decisions when you have a budget. You can't just go in a shop and say, you know what, I'm buying these couches, which cost 50,000, and you don't even have money, you don't even know if you are going to be able to pay for it. But if you have a budget, everything is there on your plan. You will know every month this is what I use. I use so much on my groceries. I use so much on my basics. I have so much that I'm earning. So I have a balance of 5,000 rand. So I can actually take the 5,000 and buy and pay an installment of 1,500. So you can make a decision based on what is happening on your budget. So another thing, you can also grow your money by investing. When you are doing your budget, you will know how much can I be left with, or how much can I put on my savings. Remember, I said, savings is not part of the leftover, it's part of the budget. So when you say you are doing your budget, you can invest money. You can say every month I want to invest 1,000 or 500 or 200. You put it on the budget. It's there already. So you are investing, you are doing something. So you can do investments and you grow your money through investing. Imagine if you take even 200 or 500 and you put it in an investment account every month. By 10 years, how much will that be? But if you are not doing any budget, if you are just using money, that money you can just use it for something that doesn't even add value, that doesn't make sense, that you don't even remember about. But that money, if you are putting in an investment account, by 10 years or 5 years, you have something there. And also when you are budgeting, you'll be able to know what level you are at. You are able to live within your means or below. Like I always say, you should live below your means. So if you know I have 10,000, my expenses are so much, you need to know, okay, if there are more than 10,000, that is wrong. If there are 10,000, that is wrong because there is nothing left. I need to account for my savings. So I'm going to live below my means so that I can have the extra for savings. So you can only know that when you have the figures put together, when you have figures calculated. But if it's just figures from the head, from nowhere, it's swipe after swipe, swipe after swipe. Next thing you see, nothing in the account. And sometimes you haven't even done the most important things. You have wasted all the money on the luxuries. You have bought all these things that are not really needs, that are not really necessary, but they are luxuries, they are indulgences. So you need to have the budget for you to do that. And when you are budgeting, you'll be able to track even your financial goal, because on every spreadsheet that you do, you are putting your savings amount there. You will know every month from January to December, I've been saving 1,000 on my savings. So I'm already on 12,000 or I'm already on 20,000. You can track, you can see, because you are going to be doing that. So these are the advantages of budgeting. It's so awesome and amazing what budgeting can do to you. So you need to start learning, how can I budget? How do I put things together? What are my advantages? Because the reason for anything is everything. When you know the reason why you need to do the budget, you have the reason why you need to do it. So this is the reason why I gave you the advantages of budgeting. How it's going to help you if you are going to start doing the budget. So try this, do the budget, sit down, put together all your incomes, your expenses. It doesn't mean that you need to have any expensive software or complicated software. You can do it even on your Excel spreadsheet. If you can't do Excel, you can even write on paper and add with a calculator. Every month you have a total of income, you have total of expenses, you minus. So there is no excuse for not doing budgeting. You can do it in a simple way that is comfortable for you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.